LATD Nation, welcome back to the annual Halloween Spooktacular, man. Today we'll be looking at the details of
Predator 2, starring Danny Glover, released back in 1990. So, what, 34 years ago?
Yeah, 34 years.
Yeah, it's crazy. And why Predator 2, you might ask? Because we just felt like being different. Why not?
Yeah, exactly. Shoot, we said we're gonna give y'all a throwback Halloween movie or Halloween horror movie every month. Every month, every week. I'm tripping, bro. I'm tripping. Like my man Tom has been slipping, bro. Like I don't know.
No, for real, it has. But yeah, Predator 2, starring Danny Glover, released back in 1990. After the landmark success of the original Predator, a franchise, of course, was spawned that is led into today, which Prey came out in 2022. Kind of sort of a prequel of sorts to everything that happened before.
Oh yeah, most def.
But yeah, Predator 2 was a little bit different because it was a completely different environment, different cast of characters, just different everything. There was pretty much no connection between the original and the second, other than the original's events being referenced in the second one.
Right.
But yeah, this movie is set in LA 1997. So at that point in the future, the near future, and it's in the middle of this gang war between Danny Glover's LAPD. Danny Glover playing Mike Harrigan, lieutenant on the force.
Right.
So it's a gang war between him and this group of other people. I can't remember what they're called.
Right, but they kind of, if you play Cyberpunk, there you go. If you play Cyberpunk, they kind of resembled like the Voodoo Boys, like you said. Real. And they're led by this guy named King Willie, which is, fun fact, the guy who plays him is named Calvin Lockhart. And if you ever watched, Good Times, that he played Cousin Raymond in Good Times, Florida Evans' cousin. So just a little fun fact because we look at the details, right?
For sure.
Exactly.
That's the name of the game, man.
So yeah, he's busy fighting King Willie and all of them over there, all the Jamaican people over there, and until he gets caught by an uninvited guest, so to speak.
Yeah, for sure, an uninvited, invisible guest. But yeah, this movie. Funny enough about this movie is I feel like a lot of people don't like it. Or at least back in the day they didn't. Because if you look at the score on Rotten Tomatoes, it's like a 30%.
Word?
Yeah, this movie was actually not well received whatsoever. It was pretty much panned. But I think in recent years it's developed a cult following. And I can see why. Because really the movie is a lot of fun in my opinion.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. It's definitely not as good. I don't think it's as good as the original. But it's definitely, it doesn't deserve a 30% on Rotten Tomatoes. And not just looking at it right here. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because I feel like what works about this movie works really well. I think Danny Glover is really, really good in the lead role. This was during his Lethal Weapon days, so of course, cop, I guess, very on edge, very angry or whatever. Right. But understandably so.
Kind of like Shaft.
Because this is the middle of a heat wave, so like he got a reason to be mad.
Right. Me. Shoot, summertime in the South, no less. Shit.
No, summertime in L.A.
Ooh, yeah, that's worse.
That's what I'm saying. Worse. Shit, I'd be on edge too if I was him for real.
I couldn't do it. I definitely.
I'd be tripping a little bit myself, but so this movie, I feel like what works about this movie, and I don't really feel like it's scary. Full disclaimer, I don't really think that this movie is that scary.
Truth be told, the original one wasn't even that scary.
It's really not. I feel like it's almost more of a thriller than it is an actual bona fide horror movie.
Right. It's like an action thriller more than anything.
Yeah, especially with this one.
Yeah, because compared to like the Alien movies, Alien and the Alien 2 or Aliens. Yeah, those are more horror. In Alien 3, the more action-packed one?
Aliens is the more action-packed one. Okay. Alien, which of course we reviewed, you can look at that on the channel right now.
Yes, sir. It'll be up.
But yeah, Alien is more of the horror, sort of suspenseful. Aliens 2 is still a horror movie, Aliens 2. Aliens is still more towards being an action movie, but it still has some horror elements. And I never saw Alien 3, so I can't tell you.
Right.
I didn't see 3, I didn't see Resurrection.
Yeah, me neither. But Alien Romulus was definitely more of we got a review on that one too. Alien Romulus was definitely more like a balance, because it was scary at times.
For sure, it definitely had that tension to it.
But it was also very action packed as well. Like they did, like we said in the review, they did a really good job just balancing the horror and the action.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Especially gross out horror, too. But anyway, back to this one. Really, in my honest opinion, I really did enjoy it. I really did. Like I like the whole effects, of course, with the Yautja or the Predator. So yeah, that's
because for me personally, I guess you could say one thing this movie does lack is a lot of strong characterization, outside from Danny Glover's Mike. But even then, he's kind of one dimensional.
Exactly.
He's kind of just played to be the the stereotypical angry black cop.
Oh yeah,
which,
most definitely.
to be honest with you, I wasn't mad at. I'll be real with you. It was entertaining.
Yeah, for me, it was his performance was more like, I guess it's just because I see him more like old, like in more recent movies. I've seen him more be like kind of chill.
Yeah, for sure.
So I think that's why I didn't have a problem with his performance. It grew on me as it went along, but I just wasn't used to him being this angry cop.
Yeah, no, but for sure that was definitely more towards a Lethal Weapon sort of Danny Glover. I feel like if you watch those movies, especially, he's channeling a lot of that, which is fine.
Right.
He didn't really need to reinvent the wheel, especially since obviously he had been a cop several times over in movies by this point.
Right.
But yeah, the story is kind of all over the place, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not the strongest narrative. I mean, obviously the whole plot with the drug. The thing that's kind of cool is that it starts off as just being a gang/drug war, and then it evolves into this mystery of what's killing these people in these gruesome ways.
Right.
So that was cool. That was a cool aspect of it.
Because what really sets Mike off in this movie was the death of his partner, Danny.
Yeah. His basically career-long partner, 15 years. And that really puts him in the headspace of where I need to figure out what it is that's... Anyways, but yeah, it puts him in a headspace of where he feels like he really needs to...
Maybe that was a predator, bro. I don't know.
Where he needs to figure out what it is that's going on, because as things evolve, the way people are being mutilated and unalived, monetization, it becomes clear that this is more than the work of some human beings. This is like an animal or sort of thing. Right. Come to find out, it's a predator, of course. But yeah, no, that was an interesting angle. I think that they could have explored that a little bit better. I think that the character, like the new guy that comes up under Mike's command or whatever, he could have used a little bit more characterization. I feel like there was an interesting storyline with him that didn't really get explored.
Right. Back to what you were saying about the characterization. Like, if I'm gonna be real, I agree when you say like, if it wasn't for Danny Glover being in this movie, I really wouldn't cared about any of these other characters. I didn't even care when Danny died. Truth be told.
Yeah, because you don't really get a chance to care about him like that.
He's like being real. The difference between the first movie and this one, I mean, other than the setting, of course, I think what made the first movie work so well was because of the characters. Like, you got to meet them and see how they, well, not necessarily meet them, but I guess you do meet them, man, whatever. But yeah, at least you don't see like a whole bunch of depth with their like background and everything like that, because of course they're going to be one-off killed characters anyway. But they had a little bit more depth to them than these characters did.
Yeah, because I feel like these characters
they were more. They were more individualistic.
Yeah, they were just kind of there to serve the narrative. I don't really think anybody had any, because even Leona, I don't know who the actress is.
Let's see.
Like his Hispanic, I guess maybe partner or somebody under his command. I feel like she could have potentially been interesting, but they don't really do much with her. They just don't really develop any of the characters.
Right, because it's revealed that Leona has a baby. Yeah, and then the predator just leaves her alone.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a hints of what could be a potentially interesting or investing storyline, but it really isn't explored like that. But in this instance, that would normally be a negative, but I mean, to be real, I'm here for the predator anyway. Right, exactly. So I'm not sitting here like, oh man, why is it we didn't get to know more about her? I mean, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to see the predator do what he do best.
Right, and I kind of wish we would have seen more of it, though.
Yeah.
To be honest, I wish he didn't spend all that time being invisible.
No, for real, Predator was invisible the entire movie until the very end when he's on the ship dueling Mike.
Even when he wasn't invisible on the train scene, he like the lighting was still cut down to show like stealth kills essentially. But it's like that's the difference between this movie and Prey. like Prey, a lot of times the predator was just the predator in that movie was invisible until his like invisibility technology got like cloaking technology
got damaged. Yeah. And then you see him clear. You see him like the characters look him dead in the face,
right?
And they come to terms and realize this is not something of what they're used to seeing. This is not of this world.
Right. That's one of another gripe that I had with this movie. Like I said, it's just I wanted to see the predator rip stuff up, uncloaked.
Facts.
Just uncloak and I don't know, like, but one thing I did like though was the design of the predator when we got to see him, of course,
for sure, also, iconic design,
but also the design of the ship as well.
Yeah, no, for real,
with all the trophies.
Yeah, I feel like because with this movie, honestly, it does a lot to kind of imply stuff about the predator mythology without actually showing it, I guess you could say.
Right.
Because one thing about this movie that I did like, I don't remember if this was in the original, but in this movie, the predator is learning how to speak,
right,
through like listening to like people talk, and he's learning how to mimic their voices and like understand the language.
That's one thing I always did like about the predator. It just take the sounds of what people say and just record them.
So it's cool to see like the predator is capable of speaking actual English. So I would have liked for them to explore that a little bit more, because I feel like that dynamic could have been cool. Right. Because Mike is unaware of the fact that he's hunting this thing. He thinks he's hunting like a mortal man until towards the end. So it would have been cool to see if they had a couple of back and forths where you see the predator's perspective and what he thinks of Mike. I think that could have been an interesting dynamic.
I 100%, especially because of what happens at the end.
Yeah, definitely. Because the battle, not to cut you off, the battle and everything, when they finally do face, it's like, it feels satisfying to watch because he's finally understanding what's going on and he's not buckling in the face of fear. But it would have been cool for them to kind of have a little bit of a back and forth. They kind of sort of do, but not really.
Yeah, sort of, kind of. Yeah, but around the end time though, end of the movie, he actually earns their respect, which I thought that was cool too.
Yeah.
And
just hearing the best part of this movie, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. And then because they give him an old flintlock pistol from like 1715.
Yeah. Because at the end of the movie, what happens is Mike gets into the ship. They end up fighting. I think because they start like fighting on like a rooftop or whatever.
Yeah. It's like a rooftop ledge.
Yeah, and they end up going into the subway. And the ship is parked underneath there. What is it, in the subway, or is it like in a train station or something like that?
I think it was a train station.
Yeah, I thought so. So the ship is parked there, and they fight it out, fist to fist, blade to blade, and Mike manages to kill the predator with his own blade, and then all the other predators come out of the woodwork. They've all been invisible the whole time watching.
When I saw that, I was scared for him. I was like, oh.
That's probably the scariest thing right there.
Like, yeah, I'm going to just run. Like,
but then Mike he stands on business and he's like, who's next? And the predators, all they really do, they look to the side, they get their fallen predator comrade, they put him on like this bed or whatever. And then as they're leaving, the leader, he looks back. And he just like takes his flintlock pistol out of his belt and hands it to Mike, or he throws it to him.
Talking about,
take it.
Yeah, just take it. Oh, like that was a cold scene.
Man, I don't know if there would be a more real feeling.
Right, exactly. Like, bro, I just earned the respect of aliens,
like,
bro.
In fact, you just feel like the realest of niggas at that point.
I mean, exactly, bro. Like,
boy, at that point, you can't tell me nothing.
Exactly. I
just fought for my life against the alien and won, and the leader gave me a flintlock pistol.
And then Jokers was 8 feet tall,
Facts.
and just beat him down like he would, like it was just another dude on the street. I was like, you got it, bro.
They was like, okay, you got it, because they know that they could easily kill him, but they're just like, you know what?
He's good
with us.
Yeah, he took one of us out.
You invited to the cookout.
No, exactly, man. Like, but that's easily the best part of the movie, man. Just seeing that like validation.
Yeah, because, and not to cut you off, it adds lore to it. It adds kind of like an idea of like who the predators are and what they're about.
Right.
Because I don't think they're about ganging up. I think they're about like the one-on-one sort of like ritualistic combat.
Right. I like that they're essentially monsters, but they're not honorless monsters.
They're not stupid. Like the predators are shown to be intelligent beings, which they would have to be to have the technology they do.
Exactly, and they're hunting a specific person. Like they want to find the best opponent to fight them.
Yeah, and I guess they felt like Mike was one of them.
Exactly. So it's I don't know what I would do in that situation though.
Shit.
I don't know.
I don't know. Other than die, I don't know what else I would do.
Nah, man, you got it, bro. Like I wouldn't be like, who's next? I would have been like,
that's what I'm saying. He stands on business. He's like, who's next? And you can tell like the predators are looking at each other and everything. Like, oh no, this guy right here. He believe this guy.
He's like Snoop Dogg. This motherfucker don't miss. Like
they were like, word, you still talking trash? You know what? We'll let you go. Yes, we respect you.
Exactly. Just take this pistol for your troubles, bro.
Facts. You earned this.
God bless you, or Predator gods bless you. You know what I'm saying?
No, but that's the best part of this movie. Like that part has always like stood out in my mind. Like I watched this movie like 4 years ago or so. I didn't really remember anything other than that. That part always, in my opinion, made the whole movie worth watching. Just seeing that little extra bit of lore expansion.
Right. And the design of the ship, like, I already said that. I'm tripping.
Yeah, no. And also a cool Easter egg from back in the day was the xenomorph skull being in the Predator ship.
Like the whole trophy room itself was a whole nod to a bunch of other horror franchises too. Yeah,
and it was really a nod and acknowledgement of the Alien versus Predator comics that were coming out back then.
Okay, so they were all the way back then.
Yeah, so there was always the idea of them fighting each other. Of course, we didn't get that movie until like the 2000s, I think.
Yeah, 2000s, like where they said that the aliens, the xenomorphs, were essentially prey to the predators.
Yeah, exactly. Like they captured them and purposely put themselves in that position where they wanted to see if they could best the xenomorph in that kind of condition.
Right.
And the xenomorph, he gave them a run for their money, all right. Yeah, xenomorph is no pushover. Nah. You ever play Alien Isolation? Nah. Boy, that xenomorph is something different.
I do know that there was a Predator versus Alien game. And there's like a hybrid of the alien and the Predator, the Predalien.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is kind of cool. I'm not about to lie. I remember in MKX when they really hyped that up though in MKX.
For sure.
Especially when the alien was revealed. Was it the Predator that came first or was it the alien?
Might have been the Predator.
Okay, and then when the alien was revealed, they hyped that up heavy.
Oh yeah, they had to because I mean it was just seeing these two in the same game.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
That's like a childhood dream. You know, you get to fight the Predators and the Xenomorphs, you know, as each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, not the greatest movie ever. It's just a fun movie.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie to watch for the Halloween spirit. You know, the Halloween vibe.
I agree.
It's not a masterpiece. It definitely pales in comparison to the original. And to be honest, the Predator movies have been kind of hit or miss, especially after the first one. But Prey was a return to form, and they are making another one of those.
Right.
So I'm definitely excited for that.
Predators, when they get with Mahershala Ali in there, when they get taken to the actual planet or to another planet to be hunted, I thought that movie was okay.
I didn't see it. I need to watch it.
It came out in like 2012. It had Danny Trejo in it. I forgot the main character.
Oh, 2012. Yeah, you're right. That was Mahershala Ali was in that.
Yeah, Mahershala was in. Of course, he died because he's the black guy. But,
of course, Topher Grace. I remember Topher Grace being in it.
Topher Grace was in there.
Yeah, Topher Grace was in that movie. Yeah,
he was. I remember now.
But yeah, and then you had Predator.
Did I already say Danny Trejo?
Yeah.
Okay, because I remember that scene in particular when calling back to. When we talked about them mimicking people's voices, they killed Danny Trejo and unalived him. Oh, my bad. And he was just sitting there in like a corner or like a bush or something. Or no, he was sitting in like an open like valley, and people and all you hear is him saying, "Help me, help me." It was a trap, of course. Now, so I thought that was funny. There was also a scene in there where I think his name was Hanzo.
I wouldn't say not samurai, of course. He's like Japanese. He has like a katana.
He's a Yakuza member. He takes a katana and fights the falconer predator.
Yeah,
and then slices him. I'm like, this was cool. I thought it was okay.
It was all right. I thought it was decent.
It looked really really good.
Yeah, it did. But yeah, Predators Predator 2, solid movie.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, I enjoy it.
It at least deserves like a 70-something% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah, because it's really not a bad movie.
I don't think it's certified fresh per se, but it's better than a 30.
Yeah, for sure, definitely one of the times Rotten Tomatoes has gotten movies wrong. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say, to be honest with you.
Same here. Shoot, I've been Jay.
This has been Rodney.
We're LATD, y'all. Remember, look at the details. We got more videos coming for you. More throwback reviews.
For sure. 100%. I mean, like I said, stay locked into the TikTok, the YouTube channel, Instagram. All month long.
Yes, sir.
We got y'all.
Yes, and yes, ma'am, as well. You know, equality.
For sure.
God bless y'all. Y'all be safe. Look at the details. Peace.